Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Leader Class Doubledealer. He is WFC-E23 and he is right there in his missile truck mode, which we'll put off the side to look at this box real quick. And yep, you can see the Earthrise logo and Doubledealer, and you know, he doesn't really have an affiliation because, you know, he's a mercenary and everything. And yeah, you can see in there the box stuff. You can see a bit of nice artwork here on the side there of him shooting something. He's Leader Class. Oddly enough, you can see, of course, the good old Arthur artwork. You got, you know, the Decepticon logo and Galvatron up there, and on the bottom you got a bunch of warnings and whatnot, and authentic and recycle. And on the back, of course, you got the product shots and his transformations and copyrights and all that stuff on the back here. So you got that, and of course, in the box you have the little insert right here. And there's the mercenary symbol. Mercenary. This time for real. And yeah, of course you got the map and you got this little thing in the box which lets you read what's on here, you know, to see the lines and stuff. And this one is Caminus. So, yep. And of course in the box you also have his instructions, which, you know, are pretty good for the most part. Except there's one or two spots that I was a little confused, and there's some parts definitely are about the transformation, which I'll get into when we get to that. But yeah, there he is. He is a missile truck in this mode. You can see that. He is, you know, carrying a missile and everything. He's got a bunch of weapons up here as well. You can peg those in different spots because there's multiple peg holes. You can see, you know, there on the missile, up here on the sides of the arms, all that stuff. Yeah, and you can see he's mostly just kind of that nice little green, silver, and blue and yellow here. More silver, some red all over the place. You got the, I guess, cockpit picked out in red, whatnot. On the back, you just got gray and whatnot. And you got these little tiny clip-on wheels right here, which are completely unpainted. And there's also a bit of sky blue here. You can see the front side there. This one on mine, one of these tires, just you can see it's a little looser. It doesn't like to stay on. It didn't take much for that one to pop off, but you know, he does roll pretty well, all things considered. Yeah, that's the missile truck. He can also, you know, this missile can go up, and hey, if you want to do this, then you can move this platform down over. This is the little problem right here. Okay, so you're supposed to fold it up like that. You can see how this just moves real easily right here. And yeah, you look, it folds down easy, but folding up, yeah, this molding, squared off molding right here on the hinge. Whatever stupid reason, they told you they want you to fold it up for this and another mode, and they added the squared off bit so that it doesn't actually fold properly. And there's a good chance when you do fold it, it's gonna pop out of the hinge, and it's like, that's apparently a universal thing, so it's just straight up a design flaw. I don't know what the heck happened there, but that's what it is. I'm probably going to just go ahead and shave this down so it's more rounded off. I don't know if this was some sort of like last second like change because they were trying to fix something else and then realized it would break everything else or what, but or just plain oversight. Whatever it is, it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Anyway, this becomes a little ramp thing, and you can take these and move them out, I guess, as well, you know, little brace things, and then hey, look, you can move the missile up and whatnot, and then you can launch it. Woo! You know, just pretend to launch it off, whatever. The other thing is also this right here. You can see the it can connect to other Earthrise and Siege dudes with this, you know, the little road system, whatever. You can do that. The other thing is this guy is compatible with the Knock and Scar, which are part of the Spy Patrol Set 3. That's the exclusive, which I don't have right now. I ordered it and it's in my stash, but I don't actually have it. So we're gonna go ahead and pretend he's in Knock and Scar. Okay. So the little robot guy, he's supposed to be the one going in this. What you do is actually lift this up, and he just kind of slots in like so. You know, that's, you know, pretending because the original was a Power Master. So you just do that like so and bring that in. And the other one was supposed to. Well, the other one it would just be different, but this you can just go ahead and, you know, peg it in the back of the rocket like this, like so, if you want, and there you go. If you know, so if you have Knock and Scar, which I will eventually, you can do that. I do not have Knock and Scar yet. Getting these guys out can also be a bit of a pain in the butt. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and transform this guy. We're going to go into the Falcon mode next. What you want to do is go ahead and remove the missile. Remove this gun. Move this, whatever the heck that is. Move these missiles. These little missiles. These pegging real solid, so it takes a bit of work. Remove these missiles and unplug this from the back. Now the thing is, yeah, you can do it this way, but then these kind of go up against the head, and that does kind of warps the plastic a little bit. But yeah, it's supposed to be like this, and this is supposed to look like kind of like a back like ramp of a door or whatever. But anyway, put all that off to the side. Now to go to the Falcon mode from here, what you want to do is go ahead and take this part right here and just kind of move it out of the way. Down there like that. Take these bits and move them down like this. And they'll peg in like that. Take this and just move it up and out of the way. You don't have to peg it in all the way. And this part, these you want to untab these from each other and untab them from the sides of the legs like that. And this is probably going to be the most difficult part of the transformation right here. Okay, so get these out of the way real quick, hopefully. Okay, in here you can see how the legs are situated more or less, right? Now there's these little tabs, black tabs right here, and there's these slots right there on the leg. And for the Falcon mode, you need to get that tab into that slot, so you have to just keep pushing up the leg up. And this is why I split the leg, because this makes it a little easier to do it in one by one than is to try to do all at once. I try to keep doing it every single time to try to do all at once. It kind of fails. But before you actually do that, you also want to take these whole bits right here and just move them out of the way. I'm just trying to get this hard part done. So yeah, get those bits out of the way entirely. And then you just slide this leg up. Keep sliding it in there. You see that it just keeps going in. And that tab needs to go all the way into that slot. So that there's a tab right here on this part. See this tab right here can go in a little slot right there. Right in there where I'm pointing my finger and all that. And that is where it's supposed to go, and it can be a bit of a pain in the butt to get it to go all the way up. And yeah, there, that one's done. So you can see the difference between the two positions. I mean, you gotta do the same on this other leg, and also tab this in up here as well once you're done with that. Once you're done with that, you can go ahead and tab this in up here. Yeah, there you go. And then they do the same thing on this leg. Bring it all the way up until that little tab tabs into the leg, and it can resist quite a bit. Like right here, it's like they're squeezed together, but that's not quite in alignment yet. There. Now it's all the way up. Then you can dab this side in, like so. Make sure to retab this because it probably came undone and all that. That's kind of just, those legs are a pain in the butt, just regardless. Okay, then you can take this part and bring it back down. You can spin it around right here, and then this part right here, you want to go ahead and move that up. Bring this down, and then, not spin around, keep it down like that, and then do that. And that will kind of help keep that latch into place. And you can also, this is where you can go ahead and, I believe this is where you put him. Although it doesn't hold in very easily. What was it I heard? It was, you put it in, you put this in, and then you move the little head up, and that kind of, yep, okay, that's what it is. You push that head in on here, and that will hold in place, because otherwise it doesn't. Okay, then up here, what you want to do is move this down all the way, and then move this foot out like that. Same on this side. Move this down. Move that foot up. Then take these arms right here. There's a little slot right here. You want to rotate these arms such a way that slot's facing the back because there's a tab right here. And then you just tab it in. You got to line it up first. Tab it in and make sure that this is sitting like that. Do the same thing on this side. Moves down. Rotate that around. Tab that in. Tab it in. There we go. Adjust this so it's looking like that. And there you go. Now back here, you can finally take these wings and move them out, extend them, rotate them out, extend them like so. Take this little piece right here, move that up like so. Take this and rotate the head around. Gets caught on this real easily. Move the head around and then bring this back and tab it in there. Extend the bird head out, rotate it, and I guess open the mouth. That's part of the instructions, believe it or not. Just opening the mouth. Make sure it's all the way down like that. You can go ahead and bring this whole assembly down like so. Like that. Take this piece and just kind of, what's supposed to. I do it over. Yep. Okay, you just have to do that first. Slot that in right there, then bring these down. Did it backwards again, man. And that's most of the main stuff done. And from there, what you're supposed to do is take the little missiles right here and peg them onto the sides. Oop, don't drop them in the process. Anyway, peg them in the sides. Peg them to the sides. Bump the camera in the process. And then take, this thing is supposed to, I believe, peg on this side, right here, like that. And then this gun is supposed to peg into this hand right here. So, and then for the back here, what you want to do here is you want to take this piece like this. You want to take the missile here, and then this peg right here is supposed to go into this hole right here, and it doesn't hold super well. And then you take this clip right here. There's a clip right here. It's supposed to go over this forward bit right here on the right arm tapping. That's where it's supposed to go in. Like so, and can go. And then make sure this is pushed in all the way. You can take these pieces and just kind of fold them however you want. And watch as that wheel comes off again. That's been happening to me a lot. That wheel does not like to stay on. And then I guess you can take this guy if you really, if you have them and you want to do it. If you really want to, pull that peg out and once again plug it in there. And there you go. You have his Falcon Mode, which is just as ridiculous as the original G1 version, which, yep, that's a Falcon, all right. That sure is a Falcon, I guess. Although it's more along the lines of, what is it? A box with wings and a head attached, if anything. So yeah, it's kind of just as goofy as the original version. Well, somewhat. The original version did something a little extra goofy, but yeah, you got a little bit of sky blue here. You got the eyes. I think that's a translucent red, maybe, or translucent plastic. I can't tell. Yeah, I think it's a translucent red plastic there on the eyes. You got a red beak, the silver and green, or gray and green, really. The purple wings, the purple feet. And you got all that stuff. And you could possibly have these guys attached as well if you want. Head can rotate here at the neck. You got a couple of hinges here also in the neck. You got the beak, which can open pretty far, actually. And the feet can move up and down. And I guess that's a knee, if you want it to be. So I guess you can do that. And the wings here, they got this hinge, which is a soft ratchet. And you got that movement and flapping at the tips. And if you really want to go full G1, like with the missile placement, you can actually totally do that. Just unclip the missile from the top here, which clips in really sturdily, that's for sure. You unclip that, and then you actually just, sling it down here. Let's see if I can keep this pegged in. You peg it in down here instead, which is probably a reason why they decided not to do that for this version. And if you want to keep the tail on, what you do is these gray tabs actually can slot over this back part right here. So you can still have the tail feathers and whatnot, and there you go. So yeah, you can do total G1 as weird as that looks. There's a reason why they probably moved it. So yeah, that's the thing. But anyway, getting into robot mode from here, you can go ahead and take the missile, remove that guy, and remove the tail fin, well, we should come with the missile and everything, and remove this as well. Move that. Go ahead, yeah, and remove all the gun bits, you know, so that this thing, I don't know, is that a radar or something? I'm not sure. Remove those missiles. There's a lot of parts forming, which fair enough on this. They're all weapon, pretty much almost all weapons. So, but all right, that's the stuff you remove, and then to go back to robot mode, what you do is you take this, close this mouth, rotate it, and collapse it in. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Move these out to the side. Move this up. And then go ahead and rotate this back around like that. Close this back up. Take these wings, and you want to do the left wing first. And you take this, close it up like this. And you can do that if you want, but you really probably want to keep it down because it will fold up a little flatter. Then you take this wing and also fold it in, and these will probably just have to be angled for a little bit while you do the rest of the transformation. Then you go ahead and unclip this, move this back up, and tab into place up here like that, and move that down. Take the legs and split it, untab these from the side, and then you can go ahead and attempt to untab the legs at the knees here like that and rotate them up, and the legs are like it caught themselves really easily. Rotate that up, move that around like this, and then take this foot and flatten it out. Do the same thing on this side. Untab the knee, extend it out, bring it around, get it uncaught on everything. Do that. Rotate it around to this part and fold it up like that. Nice standing. You're going to go ahead and untab the arms from this. Take this and rotate it up like that. And you can bring this whole assembly side like that. Take this and move that back. Take this, untab, fold that up, fold it up into here, collapse it into there, move these down like that. Almost done. Now the hands are supposed to, move from there, but they go in tight. So what I do, because they go in super tight, I just take the gun here and use it as extra leverage. Usually it works. Use it extra leverage and just, get the hand out. That one in particular is particularly bad. This one comes out a little easier. So there's that. And yeah, that's pretty much the basic robot mode. Although, of course, you got all of his accessories, and what you do there is you got to take the little missiles and peg them into the sides right here. Peg them to the side, like that. Take this thing and peg it up here on this peg hole. Like so. Take this gun, and it's supposed to also peg up here on this peg hole. Take the missile here and split in two. And take this part, and this peg right here goes in this peg hole right here. And back here, what you're supposed to do, and this reason you don't point this all the way down, because you can do that, but you're supposed to leave it out like this, and take this and, force it past there and hope it doesn't, come off the hinge. And then rotate like, face it like this and rotate these down like this. And then these tabs right here will go into these slots right here from the bottom. Like so. And there you go. That's a backpack thing. And then back half of the gun, there's this peg, just peg in his hand. Like, it's a gun, rifle, whatever. And then you have Doubledealer in his robot mode. You could, of course, once again, still store the Macromaster guys, and that they are one of them there, and and peg the other one in the back somewhat. Although I believe you have to do it at a weird angle to make it work. Let me double check that real quick because of where the peg is in these guys. I think. Wait. Nope. Maybe there. Wait, there we go. How about that way? Yeah, you can peg it. You can peg it there if you want. So you got, so you can do that with those guys. But yeah, that's the robot mode. The robot mode's great looking. I really do like this robot mode. It's got more of the blue, a little bit of purple there. That just came out. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Red, blue, silver, and green from the alt modes. Blue face with red eyes. Big old missile thing. This stuff, all that's, it's, you know, it looks really good in my opinion, although some people really don't like that because it's hollow, and I just don't care personally. But the biggest thing here is, well, two things. It all involves gun. The big thing is this peg, it feels too shallow. This peg should have been longer because you can barely hold it. It doesn't take much to pop it out. It you know, if you do it like a side mounting using one of these peg holds, it looks a little better, although you can still see there's this shallow peg right here. It gets in the way too, but it's like, why is that peg so shallow? It shouldn't be that shallow. It should be the other thing that you can see right there. This shoulder joint is really loose, so it doesn't take much for that to fall down. This one's a little tighter, but I like mine left-handed, so I can make it work if I use just the lower elbow joint. I can make him more or less hold it out pointing forward, so that works, but it's just a little annoying that that's the case. But yeah, that's kind of annoying, honestly. It's kind of makes what otherwise would be a great figure worse. This thing, again, that was manufactured incorrectly. It'd be nice if, it was rounded properly, so you didn't have to force. I'm gonna, shave it down later, and hopefully, if it does work and everything, I'll just go ahead and like put some text or something there saying it worked or not. There's that. So, real quick comparison before I go into articulation. Just he's a leader class, and here's a Voyager. Yeah, he's he's bigger than a Voyager at the very least. So there's that. So he's not tiny. He's not like a lot of the other leader guys, which are straight up just Voyagers with a bunch of accessories. He's somewhat larger than most Voyagers, and he's still got quite a few accessories, and he's a triple changer. So he's better at justifying his price if you're not really happy about all the accessory stuff. And, and also before articulation, of course, he's got the little hidden feature, which is pretty neat, which is he's got a little Autobot symbols on his shoulder, and there's a little flap here, which you can fold down and look. It's now he's a Decepticon. Just little flaps and doom. Now he's a Decepticon. That's kind of neat. That's a little clever way of doing that, because before, I believe it was an Autobot robot, a Decepticon Falcon, and an unaffiliated missile truck was how the original G1 toy did it. I didn't have one, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, articulation. The head is on a ball joint, but because of the shape of it, you can only really go left and right, and you get a little tiny bit of up and down. You see, not really a lot of waggle. But yeah, it's also really stiff, and he goes only about half hour before he starts banging and stuff. That can, I guess, spin. So carrying everything else in peg holes. Shoulders, they got full range, although, yeah, that was what bouncing. I'm just gonna leave that out of his hand. But yeah, you can full spin, 360, outward, pretty far. You got this hinge if you use a transformation, if you want a butterfly joint, or if you don't want the whole thing coming out, you can just use that hinge. So, butterfly joint if you want, bicep swivel, kind of loose on mine, double jointed elbow, so full curl, which is good. Waist joint, he does have waist joint, which is nice. They did not sacrifice the waist joint, and thankfully these bird wings can get out of the way pretty easily if you need them to, for that. And hips, ratcheted, soft ratchet forward and back. Again, you got to leave wings out of the way, but yeah, they go back that far. Outward, all the way out. Got a thigh swivel right there. You can see that. It's got knees, which bend a little less than 90 degrees. And then he's also got a knee swivel thanks to how his transforms and everything. So he's got a knee swivel as well. He's got, ankle articulation, so full outward. Also because of transformation, he can move his heel forward like that if you want. And you can actually get a stop in certain spots. So, yeah. He's got pretty darn good articulation. And also, there's this one other thing which I totally forgot to mention, which is right here. This little thing can be removed if you want. And what was it? Yeah, you can peg this onto one of these guys if you want to. The little, hey, look, it's a Power Master thing. Just peg that on. There, it's the Power Master, I guess. But yeah, that's removable. It's just a little gimmick, or I guess Easter egg, if anything, because it's largely useless, but still it's there if you want it. So yeah, I like this guy, but he does have his problems, namely some weird loose joints here and there, and this thing was incorrectly manufactured or designed or something. Something's wrong. Something went wrong there. I don't know what. The gun doesn't peg in super well either, and I wish this peg was a little longer. That's the big thing there. But otherwise, I think, and also, yeah, this is a pain. The leg transformation in general is just a pain for both modes because it gets caught in itself, and it gets caught in itself, and just really having to force it to tab in for the Falcon mode is just a pain in the butt in general. Yeah, also if you really want to, you can have these folded up entirely, but then this will sit funny, and then I just like to have it flat, and I don't mind if there's a little bit of a, I guess, butt flap. Man, the fandom has a weird thing about butt flaps. I don't know what it is. And this whole thing is optional if you really don't like that there, because for whatever reason it does look kind of like one of those weird water jetpacks. But yeah, I overall like this guy. Otherwise though, he's just got some weird little problems here and there, but he does look great, and his missile truck mode's great. His Falcon mode's, it's the G1 Falcon mode, so if you're okay with that, then you're okay with his. But it's both of those are inherently ridiculous. So there you go on that one. They're both ridiculous, and if you're okay with a ridiculous looking Falcon, then fine. And this robot mode is superb. I just really like how he looks. Those little problems here and there just kind of hurt the experience overall. But if you can look past them, or you're willing and or able to fix them, then that's not a problem. And he's also got a bunch of those little effect ports like here and there and there and so on and so forth. If you want, and there, they're all over the place. So if you want to use those, you can use those. I always forget to talk about those because they're like so not really. I don't really care that much. But he's a $50 leader, and you're able to get him from some places here and there for like $40 or so, $42. But yeah, if you're willing to wait for the price to maybe come down, you might be able to do that. But I think he's one of the leaders who's definitely worth the price, just because he's got a good bulk and he looks good, even if he has some of his frustrations. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. I hope you check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. I post pictures of Transformers and whatnot. Maybe talk about some of the stuff I got elsewhere. You can check out my Patreon, coffee, all that stuff if you want. And there's also, yeah, that's it. That's for this guy. I hope you tune in next time. If all goes according to plan, you should see him next time. So until then, hope you lead a good life, and join me next time. So see ya.